The week of manifestos for many of the parties. Plaid Cymru have also been busy setting out their pitch to the public with a promise to provide a strong voice for Wales. Here's the party leader, Leanne Wood.
The choice is not between the Conservatives and Labour. The choice is whether we want to put Wales on the political landscape. The choice is whether we keep voting for London-based parties or whether we vote for ourselves, for our own party, for a party which is based in Wales and whose only loyalty is to the people who live here.
Leanne Wood. Well, the party's finance spokesman, Adam Price, joins us live from Cardiff. Adam, welcome back to the Daily Politics. Your party opposed Brexit and, as you know, 52% of Wales voted to leave. Is the fact that you are trying to position yourselves as the party who will put Wales at the heart of Brexit negotiations just a case of a little too late? Little too little, rather, and a little too late?
Well, I think the arguments of the past should be left where they are in the past. You know, we've got to look to the future now. We are coming out of the European Union, and we have to ensure that it's the best Brexit possible for the Welsh economy. You know, there are some specific risks because of the structure of our economy, manufacturing much bigger, farming much bigger, but there are also some opportunities there which are not often talked about. For example, coming out of the EU, we now have the ability to set regional or subnational rates for different taxes like VAT. We could have a lower VAT rate, for example, to help our tourism sector. We could do the same also for corporation taxes, have a variable corporation tax rate reflecting the lower levels of economic prosperity at the moment in places like Wales. That would give us a competitive advantage which would draw businesses to Wales and also help those that are already here to grow more effectively.
But you want the government to match every penny of EU funding that Wales received. What happens if they don't?
Well, you know, it goes back to the earlier conversation, isn't it? Actually, I mean, I'm old-fashioned when it comes to promises made by politicians to the public.
You think they should keep them?
I think they should keep them, because otherwise, you know, it started in the Iraq war, didn't it? For me, certainly, the lies that happened then, that left a shadow, and you know, it remains reflected there in the low levels of trust that we have in our democratic system. Right. So let's institute a new rule. If you make a promise, you keep to it. We all remember the bus. I mean, if you tot up the figure proportionally, Wales, that should mean 17 million a week. And of course, we were also promised that we wouldn't lose a single penny of the EU money that we get for our farmers and for our regional development. But you put the two together, Joe, actually, that's 30 million a week. By my calculation, that's a district general hospital built in Wales with the money that we were promised probably every month.
So why aren't more people listening to that message? If you're putting forward such a comprehensive argument for Wales and for funding for Wales, why aren't you gaining more votes from Labour, for example? I mean, you have 3 MPs. In the by-election in Ogmore, I understand, last year you came third behind UKIP. Your message is falling on deaf ears.
But in the local elections, I mean, the biggest opinion poll that we could have this close to a general election, we almost had our best ever result in 92 years of fighting elections.
And the Tories gained 80 seats.
So I think it's clear in the conversations that I am having, people are listening, particularly disaffected Labour voters, but also people in other parties as well. They're looking for new leadership. They're looking for a new voice. You know, Wales isn't on the political radar at the moment. We've been a tiny blip in terms of the priorities for those people down in Westminster and indeed in the streets of Whitehall as well. We've got to reverse that. You know, people actually sit up and listen in the corridors of power when Scotland is mentioned. Why? Because people vote SNP. Northern Ireland is on the radar. Gibraltar is more talked about at the moment than Wales. And the only way we can turn that around is if we all vote collectively as a nation for the Party of Wales on June the 8th.
How strong a part does Welsh independence play in your manifesto?
Sorry, Joe, could you just repeat?
No, yes, of course. How strong a part does Welsh independence play in your manifesto?
Well, it's a long-term dream for a nation. It's there in the forward, but you know, we're not at the.
But it's a pretty minor part.
Yeah, we're not at the independence threshold. Let's be realistic. You know, we are 30% poorer than the rest of the UK. And that's been a story of decline under Labour and Conservative governments. You can't go from that position to being self-reliant economically by the flick of a switch. You know, What we're asking for is to be given the tools, those new tools that we can have now as a result of Brexit, giving actually preferment to local firms in terms of public procurement that would help boost our local economy as well. Give us the tools. We're not asking for charity, Joe. We're asking for help to help ourselves.
All right. Adam Price, thank you very much.